Next, Chef Joe Landa.
I've been a chef in Manhattan for over 21 years. Everything I do is competitive, whether it be skateboarding or running or cooking. I've cooked things that you can't even imagine. Lion, bear. Everything about cooking is exciting. The cuisine that I love the most is French cuisine. However, I'm in the world of fitness, so I've eliminated the butters and the creams. I always take it to the edge. I thrive on competition. Open up the pickled beef tongue. This is a gigantic tongue laying on the paper. I was like, okay, this is different. I'm seeing some kind of film or fat. I'm not really sure what it is, but there's a big meaty part in the back of it. I think, okay, let me work with that. I want to go in a Mexican direction with this because of the tortillas. I love Mexico. And so I want to make a tostada. I'm thinking julienne beef tongue with bacon, chipotle, balsamic vinegar. There's a ton of flavors going on here. There's some high caliber chefs there today, so I have to be at the top of my game. The cucumbers, I'm going to make a salsa relish with jalapeno, peppers, garlic, and some fresh cilantro to really make it aromatic. Being self-taught, I just started off in a basement peeling potatoes, and I worked my way up. You can either have the talent to do it, or you can, and I have that.
Next, Chef Joe.
Today I created a beef tongue tostada with a cilantro English cucumber relish and a gingered fava bean mash.
Did you not try?
Chef Joe, Chef Sean, Chef Chris, you've made it to the entree round. Please open your baskets. And the mandatory ingredients are pork rinds, galangal, purple kohlrabi, and rabbit legs and thighs. 30 minutes on the clock this time. Starting now.
Right away, I'm coming up with a game plan. I'm going to do a pork rind crusted rabbit leg. The pork rinds, I want to step it up a little bit more, so I'm going to add a little tarragon. When I was in the south of France, I learned how to use fresh herbs. I'm a self-trained guy, you know, so when I travel, I find new techniques, new food, and that's how I grow. The rabbit, that's going to take the full half hour. So I'm going to get my fire going in my pan.
That's good. Time's up. Please step back.
I looked down at the dish. I'm very happy at this point. Yeah, I look over at Sean's plate. It's not visually stunning to me. And I see Chris, he doesn't look good.
I'm trying not to show emotion because the pork rinds did not make the plate.
I think I'm a better chef than Joe. I've had a successful career, and the second round, I think I really killed it.
Sean is very competitive, like myself. I like that. Come on, challenge me.
Chef Joe, Chef Sean, please open your baskets for the dessert round. You must use lebne, chickpea flour, Asian pears, and rosewater syrup. 30 minutes on the clock. Time starts now.
Today is like a marathon. Time is of the essence, so you have to get into a zone. Looking at the chickpea flour, my plan is to make a chickpea ginger snap Napoleon with a rose water infused labneh mousse. Personally, I don't eat desserts, but I have to do whatever it takes to beat Sean.
Behind. Joe didn't have formal training, so I'm not nervous at all.
The labneh is too thin, so I grabbed some mascarpone cheese, some strawberries, and the rosewater syrup. I have to make the mousse thick enough where it's going to be like cement in my Napoleon.
The zeppoli wasn't expertly executed. The dough, it was a little thick, so I needed to get it in that oven to get it cooked through.
I'm not intimidated by Sean. I can compete against classically trained, chefs. Now I want to make a caramel sauce to finish. This is going to be a winner. Come on, baby.
2-minute warning, chefs.
I'm piping on the mousse, and I put the pear on top, and right away it slips a little bit. The pear is melting my mousse.
Come on, guys, let's finish strong.
We are zeroing in on the final seconds.
My pride's at stake. My ego's on the line, and I plan on winning.
And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Please step back.
My dish is composed. It has nice colors, and I actually think I could win this.
I'm looking at Sean's plate. It's really high end. I look at mine. I see one of my Napoleons to start to fall apart on me.
Chef Sean and Chef Joe. For the final round, you were given lebne, chickpea flour, Asian pears, and rosewater syrup. Chef Sean.
Today we have a chickpea zeppoli with a blueberry, Madeira, and lebne sauce, and rosewater caramelized Asian pears.
I was initially very scared when you put 4 tablespoons of rosewater into the Asian pears.
Right, it's pretty strong.
But that's how much thinner rosewater. So I like it with the Asian pear.
Thank you.
I agree. It has a lovely balance. The zeppoli has the tartness because of the lebne, and the sweetness of the pears, it contrasts it very well.
However, the lebne should be thicker, and this is not quite a zeppoli. It's a little leaden and heavy. It needs to be cooked more, and it definitely needed sugar.
I agree with that. Gonna give me dessert, make it sweet.
Confectioner's on top.
This is not something I would eat for decadence after dinner.
I'm not a pastry chef. I'm a savory chef.
It just doesn't look like a dessert to me. This looks like a garnish.
I have a pastry chef for that.
Chef Sean, thank you.
Thank you.
Last dessert, Chef Joe.
I created a chickpea ginger snap Napoleon with a rosewater and lebne mousse with a caramel sauce.
Do you have a lot of experience with desserts?
I don't have a pastry chef, so whatever is required, I'm the guy that has to make it.
Are you gonna think I'm crazy? But I think it's a little sweet. It's got good flavor. I like the filling. I think it's the caramel that's a little over the top.
Yeah, this caramel is so good, but it's just so much of it.
That's how I put it onto the side.
It's sweet enough without the caramel for me. But there's lots of good stuff happening here. I love these little cookies.
I actually love the thought process which went into this. The ginger snaps and the lebne, that has a little bit of goat cheese in it.
Goat cheese and mascarpone.
I think the dessert is really very pretty looking, but unfortunately, this is a very chewy pear. It's weird.
I was just trying to get a little caramelization on them for a different dimension of flavor.
Chef Joe, thank you.
Thank you.
Chefs, your work is done here. Thanks.
The judges wanted me to stay because they saw what I was able to put out.
I'm a little nervous, but I'm pretty sure my food is superior to people who go to culinary school, and I'm here to prove that today.
So, whose dish is on the chopping block? Chef Sean,
Yes.
been chopped. Judges?
Sean, you're a passionate cook, and it shows in everything you do. You had an amazing comeback. So it came down to dessert. And unfortunately, you dropped the ball on dessert. It was sort of a garnish, dessert garnish. It wasn't sugared properly, and there was some problems with the yogurt.
Understood. That major mishap in the first course. I'll be kicking myself for a while about that.
Chef Sean, thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
Real pleasure
Appreciate
watching you
it.
work.
Thank you,
Chef.
Appreciate it.
Best
Thank
of
you.
luck.
Good luck. I'm pretty disappointed in myself. Winning to me would have meant a lot for myself, my staff, which just would have been something I'd really be proud of.
And that means, Chef Joe, that you are the chopped champion. And we're sending you home with $10,000 delicious dollars.
Thank all of you. I really appreciate it. Being a self-taught chef, and working hard my whole career, and now to be a Chop champion means a lot to me. I just love coming in first, no matter what the arena is.